Well, we're into graduation season again, and it's hard to believe that we've been through so much this last school year already, and I'm very grateful to our Christian education and youth ministry boards for all that they've put into our opportunities this last school year. As we come into the summer, I think it's important to recap where we've been and to understand where it is that we're going. It's been an incredible period of time just in the last year with us reestablishing a youth ministry board and with beginning the search for an associate pastor for youth and family ministry and establishing a framework and systems for doing youth ministry well. And when we're talking about youth, we're talking about that sixth grade into young adulthood. And there is so much opportunity in that crucial juncture of life because we begin to confront the faith and ask whether that's our faith personally. We begin to confront the world such as it is and the world such as God says that it is. And so it's a crucial age, and we know this from the research. This is a crucial age for the development of faith. And what we want to see is that the faith that we cultivate in our kids would be a durable faith. It's one that lasts into their 20s. It's a faith that lasts their whole life so that they can continue to grow as disciples of Jesus and in time make disciples themselves as they become fully vested members of congregational life wherever it is that they may go in life. This is a lofty thing. And what we've found over the course of the last year is that there is an abundant opportunity to spend time. And we have wonderful volunteer engagement across our ministries. But the reality of pastoral ministry is that there is a real intentionality about teaching and equipping the saints. And that is that the role of the pastor isn't to do everything. It is to support and equip the doers. And there's a lot of that support that we need in the area of youth ministry. And as the year has gone on, I think that there's been a bit of a rethink within the leadership about how it is that fits into our priorities and my priorities as a pastor here in the congregation. And so my involvement with youth ministry will certainly continue, and there's exciting things on the horizon in the way of that. For example, this July, and this would be July 14th, is Fly Beyond. And so we're going to have a busload of youth that'll be going out to the ARC, the Association Retreat Center in Osceola, Wisconsin. This is our youth retreat center. We're blessed as a church body to have this available to us. We're going to have Tim Barnett come out from Red Pen Logic. Red Pen Logic is a ministry of Stand to Reason, a fantastic apologetics ministry. You've got to look them up. A really great podcast, and the videos they drop are really very helpful. So that'll be a wonderful opportunity. So it'll be a week out there. We also have Worship Fest on July 31st, and so there's an opportunity for just the community of Christians to come together and worship that night, but also afterwards we have the Tioga Community Center reserved for a youth lock-in that night of Wednesday, July 31st. That'll be an awesome opportunity to be able to minister to our youth and build that sense of connection amongst our youth looking to that event. Also, in the fall, we're really blessed to have excellent support as a church body. In thinking through youth ministry, we have an AFLC Youth Ministries department as part of our headquarters and Bible college program in Plymouth, Minnesota. And they've been so helpful, and we're blessed to have resources of people who have great experience and education in the area of youth ministry. They've been indispensable to me as we've navigated lots of challenging questions about how to do youth ministry. And we're looking forward to a training conference on October 12th. This will be a one-day event for youth workers, for parents, for those that are interested in youth ministry, looking for encouragement as they go about that work in their congregations. And I expect we'll have people coming from Williston, Minot. We'll have folks coming from Dickinson and elsewhere coming here for that as we receive what I'm hoping is Dr. Dan Herner coming from AFLC Youth Ministries. And so apart from those events, as we gear up for the school year, confirmation has been totally retooled over the last 2 years. So that's been totally revamped. And now that has been revamped, the process will continue as that program expands. This curriculum that is, first of all, designed to sort of lay out basic building blocks of the Christian faith to prepare students for the rite of confirmation, to prepare students to receive communion, is now expanding to multiple tracks to meet the needs not just of our 6th, 7th, 8th graders that have been teaching Sunday mornings this last school year, but looking further at the ninth and 10th graders and then beyond, giving them opportunities to do independent study or small group study to be able to continue to grow their faith on kind of a variety of different tracks that can take, because we want to continue to sustain that spiritual growth through those crucial years. We don't want kids getting bored, whether that's just dealing with Bible studies or never actually getting to wrestling with the Bible. We want to have a systematic way to kind of support them. And if you hear me talk about discipleship, I'm always talking about the bonsai tree. Discipleship is this organic thing. We're cultivating these kids that are spiritual creatures. They're organic creatures. And as much as we grow them, there's this place for structure, kind of a training wire. And so this curriculum is sort of a way to kind of provide that training wire so that whether it's parents or others, as there's interaction between students, whatever the case may be, there's opportunity to kind of grow in a directed way, but in a more organic path. And the exciting thing about that is that, this is actually something that's laid out to provide a multi-year track. And my vision would be not only that we're providing intentional opportunities for discipleship from 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grades, but through young adulthood, and also for new Christians, for believers. And so there's a threefold fundamentals track, and it's based on the Old Testament, New Testament, and an overview of Christian doctrine. So those that want to go further, that are ready to really understand their faith as adults, there's something there for you too. And so that's very exciting. As we come into the fall too, we're looking at Wednesday night programming and continuing with Youth Vespers and finding out how that fits in with our family ministry. And we believe that the mode of ministry that is laid out in Scripture is one that is designed around the congregation. It's the generations worshiping together, studying together, growing together. And so that's what we want to see in youth ministry. And so as we get to Youth Vespers and continue with that, we want to see the generations worshiping together, learning together, fellowshipping together, playing together, even though there's things that are taking place that are age-specific, and even recognizing kind of specializations in ministry too. So all of this is to say that we have covered a lot of ground. I'm extremely blessed just to have seen the participation and the new ideas and the efforts and the willingness from so many in our congregation to try to make progress in youth ministry. But youth ministry isn't a program. Youth ministry is intentionally seeking the opportunities that God lays before us to minister to kids in that 6th grade and on category. Again, that crucial stage of life when we're encountering lots of why questions. And so youth ministry is something we're constantly rethinking, constantly getting more creative with and trying new things. And I'm just encouraged by everything that we've already seen as we've worked through what we have the last year.